Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the C.R. Lawrence Petgask. This is a set of replacement neoprene gaskets for their Petite Series hinge. And this gasket's available in two types: black, which is made of neoprene, and clear, which is just a vinyl sort of material. A lot of people have black. It is by far more common than vinyl. You will know that the gasket is fatiguing, and you get 4 gaskets, but you're only going to use 2. The reason they send 4 is because you'll do the thicker gaskets if you have a thinner piece of glass, and you'll do the thinner gaskets if you have a thicker piece of glass. And I'm going to go with these being available for a 5/16 or a 3/8 inch thick glass, and that's where you're going to vary the thickness of the two. And you can certainly tell just on the camera that there's a difference in the thickness. The black will literally start to what we may call dry rot on your bicycle tire when you've not touched that bike for a very long time. Dry rot. You'll see it on the outside of old car tires as well, and you'll have that same sort of situation on neoprene gasket, this closed cell neoprene. Closed cell, because closed cell doesn't permit water to get through it. The thicker gasket is 60 thousandths, 0.060, so a 1/16 of an inch. The thinner gasket's probably half of that, a third of that. It's 20 thousandths, so the material is very thin. And when you start to see that crumbling away around the perimeter of what you can see, that's going to be time to replace that gasket. Some people will go with the clear because they don't want, because I actually believe that the clear lasts longer than the neoprene, but the clear will also degrade with color. It will yellow over time as well. You'll know regardless of which one that you use. I would suggest using whatever one you have, because let's face it, if you're replacing your gaskets, it's probably 10 years old, and you're good for another decade, if not longer. You'll know it's time to replace it if you see that sort of visual failing, but if your glass moves at all, it's really time to replace it. Now, these gaskets have the preparation, and it would of course look like this or like this, in the glass of what we call mouse ears, these circles, these half circles that are here, that will physically prevent the glass, the door, coming out of the hinge. But if it starts to slip and slide and pull out of that hinge, what's going to happen? Well, contact with the jamb, with another piece of glass, an unsafe scenario will ensue. So be mindful to replace the gaskets if you identify any sort of failure like that. If it is a glass to glass, probably replace both. They're probably installed. Obviously, it's installed all at the same time. Overall height of this petite is about 3.5, with an overall width of about 1 5/8 inches, 1 11/16. Inside height of that prep is going to be about 2 1/4, with a depth at about 1 inch and let's see here now, 1 1/4, 1 5/16. Okay, that fin that's going to be on there is going to go right around that prep in the glass, and you're going to want to be mindful to be in front of changing that. I've never had someone call me and say the door fell out, and I've had people send me images of stuff that made me think that is an incredibly unsafe scenario, because the inner construction of the hinge has 2 bolts that go in those mouse ear preps, and those bolts are literally prevented from falling out as a result. But now you've got metal touching glass, you've got the movement of the door. Okay, it all will conspire to make a potentially dangerous scenario. Maintain that stuff. You know, it's important, whether it be residential or a fitness center, a health club, a public park district. It could be a private, health facility, whatever the case might be. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up not only all of the C.R. Lawrence products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Now, the name C.R. Lawrence is thoroughly synonymous with shower door enclosure hardware. Obviously, hinges, towel bars, push and pull bars, all of the accessory hardware used in installing that material, right down to the caulk that's used to finish the opening off. And that link to the manufacturer's page will allow you to get to the shower door hardware catalog of their full line offering. Any questions on the PET, GASK, Petite gasket, or any other C.R. Laurens product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.